Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Pennsylvania series. In this episode, we have completed Prehistoric Bay. So, there won't be a speed build in this one. I just wanted to run through some commentary, talk about some of the things that I've done recently, what are some plans for the future, and then I'll wrap it up with some cinematic shots. So, we last left off with the hotel section. As you can see, I have gone ahead and decorated this area. I added in my little security checkpoint because, as I had said in the last episode, this is supposed to be an area strictly just for the guests staying in these hotels. So they have to come through the security checkpoint to make sure that they have a guest pass to get in here. I added in some tables and chairs, some lounge benches, and other amenities. I did add in the restaurant, so guests could have a place to come and eat breakfast, or if they wanted a midnight snack, they could stop here. I was pretty happy. I was able to get the bar in as well, so after a nice long day in the park, they can come here, enjoy a drink before closing it out for the day. Now, I did also have this little plaza for the monorail station. Nothing fancy, just a little gift shop and a bathroom. So whether you're getting on the monorail or getting off the monorail, you got a nice little plaza, and then it obviously leads straight into Prehistoric Bay. I also have this little elevated path. I thought it'd be pretty neat to have this spot, whether you're headed towards the monorail or coming from the monorail. You can either take the lower path or this elevated path and get a nice little view of the lagoon, especially these rocks over here, which is where a lot of the Archelons and Nothosauruses are going to be hanging out, especially going to be lounging on these rocks, and I thought this would be a really cool little hangout spot as well. Now, I did also add in this facility path, so there should be another little security checkpoint here. Guests should not be coming down this way. This is strictly just for staff to come to the operations section for the lagoon area. I placed down a bunch of decorations, some containers filled with supplies, things like that. I did add in a little generator so that if the power ever goes out, this building can still operate without any sort of power issues. I also added in the biosyn generators over on this side. Now these, instead of using them as a generator, I was trying to use my imagination and maybe use them as a water filtration system, or maybe a pump or something like that, like a water pump. And I think they kind of fit the bill, especially with this round cylindrical tube. And I just really like the biosyn generators. I think they really did add in a lot of extra detail. So again, really cool stuff. And the thing that I like about the generators as well is that they're pretty cool. I mean, you can use them for things other than just for power. I mean, obviously it's a power building, but with imagination, you can use it for whatever. I do have a staff building as well. So this is supposed to be another operations area, separate from the main operations section over here. Obviously, most things happen over here, but with the lagoon, I figured they would probably need their own little staff section because this is pretty isolated and a little bit more secluded from the rest of the facilities areas of the park. Now let's talk about the species. I was able to get every species in this lagoon, all 13 of them. Now, the bigger species, I usually only got like maybe 1 or 2. The mid-sized species, I probably got between 3 and 5. And then the little guys, I got 9 each. Now, I was really pleased being able to get all 13 species in here. When you go to aquariums and places like that, they'll usually have like one tank that is just filled with life. Tons and tons of fish or sharks, turtles, eels, anything that you could think of is probably going to be in that tank. And that was kind of what I wanted to do here. Especially with how big this lagoon is, I really felt like there was no reason that I would not be able to get it in there. And in fact, looking at it from a bird's eye view, I could probably have gotten a few more marine species or dinos in here. I got all the species. I probably could have just added a few more, but I'm still pretty pleased with it. The idea is that no matter which viewing section you're at, whether the arena or the viewing towers or the underwater viewing domes, maybe even the hotels, wherever you're at, you'll be able to see life. You'll be able to see lots of bustling and movement and things like that. So we could stop here and just take a view. You can see some plesiosauruses hanging out in the distance. If we change the camera, there's a Leopleurodon and those little Ichthysauruses. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Probably butchered it, but you know what I'm talking about, the little fish guys. Lots and lots of activity going on, and that's really what I wanted guests to be able to experience when they come to Prehistoric Bay. So I was really pleased with the way it turned out. Lots of life, lots of activity. That's pretty much it for Prehistoric Bay. Let's talk about what's coming up next. We are getting pretty close to actually finishing up this park. It's been pretty crazy. It's a long time coming. We're not there yet. We still have 2 major sections left, and we're just going to continue counterclockwise around this park. So we're going to start working on this section next, which is going to be the aviary section. I want to keep working on some of the elevation changes, so I'll be adding in some more terrain heights and stuff like that, and then putting the aviaries up on top of this slightly large hill or mountain or however high I can get it up to make it look pretty cool. That's one area where I feel like I've kind of lacked in a lot of my previous builds, and so I'm trying to remedy that here. You can see I've already kind of set the groundwork for it, and I want to maintain that and spice it up a little bit, challenge myself. So I think it's going to look cool. We'll see how it plays out. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks.